What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial.
You all not get so caught up whether the preacher got a suit on, whether the preacher got a shirt or a towel.
And the reason why I like using the Samsung Note 8, when the 10 comes out, I would anticipate getting that as well, because the stylus is just something that I must say is an invaluable tool for me, especially because I do a lot of the editing right on my mobile device. So what I want to do is I want to find an image that I had in particular previously, which I had already created. This image here, but it needs to be changed. I need to scroll down to when I created it, which was quite a while back, because I do a lot of things on my device as far as images go and how I edit them on the device, simply because I can do it on the go as opposed to being stuck at my computer. I need this device to do the steps that I'm actually attempting to implement now. Here's the original image. As you can see, it's shot and a wide angle. As you can see, this is a full 16:9 aspect ratio image. What I want to do is I want to turn it to a square, 1440 by 1440 or 3000 by 3000. In this case, I want to utilize this as a CD cover. So what I want to do here, first and foremost, I want to take this, I want to do a nice easy crop to a square. I'm right in the center. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I want to center myself out on this image. What I want to do is go ahead and get that square. So now I have a full square image. That's my CD cover. That's what I'm looking for now. I'm going to save that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move over to another app, and I'm going to open up Photo Studio Pro. I only like to play around with paid apps primarily because of the fact that I want to make sure that I get the highest resolution on the export when I do edit on my mobile device. So I want to get the highest possible resolution that is capable. I'm going overhead to open up a folder. I'm looking at my recent files here. I'm going to go ahead and crack open this image. So here I have my image that I opened up in Photo Studio Pro. All I'm going to do now is look for a couple of filters and see which filters it is that I like the most. What I want to do is I want to slide across and find the HDR just to make it pop and look rugged. What I'll do is I'll cycle through a couple of these, see which one I prefer the most. Let's see, let's play around with lighter, see if we can get there. No, it's not balanced well enough for me. That's too hard, too much contrast. It's hard to say too much contrast, especially when you're dealing with photo and video, but in that case that was Ultra. Let's use Ultra, which I believe essentially is the HDR in this particular app. Let me make sure that my brightness is on point. My brightness set to the proper setting. Blue light is off. I want to get the best on the visual here. So none of those move me. Cinema. That one brought the brightness up a little bit better. This one's kind of plain and flat. That one brought the contrast out. I like that, and it didn't over saturate the reds. So let's keep that portion of it. Let's stop there. Open up another photo editing app till I find what it is that I want. Let's use Photo Director made by Cyberlink. We're going to open that. Let's go ahead and open up an edit window. Let's find our photo. So what I want to do is I'm going to open up that original image here. As I can see, that's already been edited as far as coloring, contrast, saturation, etc. Now all I got to do is come in and add the fonts. So in the image here, what I want to do is I'm going to search text. Gonna go ahead and type in the name in full. Boom, there goes my name. It's already learned my name, so I think that's really cool. And the way I want it to be spelled, it is a unique type of acronym. What I'm gonna do here now is I'm gonna go ahead and go to color. And I wanna go ahead and select another color just to make it pop for now. Let's increase the size. And that's another reason why I prefer this S Pen, because of the fact that I can actually text so easily utilizing that. So now on the original cover it says Prism, which wasn't accepted. So what I want to do is I want to put the full Puerto Ricanism. And the reason why I never put Puerto Ricanism on the forefront of things is because I don't want to alienate any particular demographic of people just because of my ethnic background. I want to be able to welcome everybody to my music, so I don't want anybody to feel as if Puerto Ricanism is going to alienate you from becoming part of the movement. That's absolutely not the intention. none of these texts are the ones that I want, so what I'll do is I will export this, and what I want to do is I want to share that to Photo Studio Pro. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fonts in this particular program to again type my name. As you can see how I'll text this, boom, it's already done. And that's the reason why, I would say one of the main factors why I chose to use this, because I come from BlackBerry, and BlackBerry has tactile keyboard, which I was familiar with over the years, but of course with virtual keyboards I'm not as precise. So with the S Pen, it makes it a lot easier for me to use the virtual keyboard in the method that I'm using it in. So now let's go ahead and figure out what font I want to use. I do recall having used the fonts in this set, so let's go ahead and see if I could change the style here. This is just to bring you into the creative process of how I'm doing some of the stuff that I'm doing. I'm literally doing a lot of this stuff on my own. Like, I don't have people doing the graphic design for me and things of that nature. That will make things significantly easier for me and just allow me to create content. But I have to not only create the content, but I'm also editing the content, which I enjoy. But I just want to make sure, you know, when you guys look at my material and say, well, you know, this person or that person could have done it better, sure, there's a lot of people that could have done it better, but I'm just doing it myself. And if I'm honest, I'm really enjoying the process. As a creative, I don't mind trying to put my hand in different aspects of the creative process, from recording to writing to editing, the production to actually doing photo and video editing. A lot of the stuff that you'll see that I've put out recently have been done by my own hand, from conception to completion. So I'm going to go ahead and finalize that. That looks fine. It takes half of the screen. I'm going to give the credit where credit is due to one of the producers, Scott Freebase, who actually put this track together for me. So I'm going to put it as he suggested it be spelled. First it's going to be Scott, and then Freebase. So that's cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our fonts, and I'm going to repeat the style that I had initially. So Scott Freebase, let's go over to our styles, and let's change it over to this more kind of typewriter style. If I can find it. Boom, there it is here. I want to resize that using the S Pen again and slide it over so that it fits the other portion of the screen without getting cut off and without seeming like it's all one name. Scott Freebase. There it is. So let me see if I can give it a little bit more. Okay, that should be good. We're gonna go ahead and pop in his name there, and then let's put the title in as I had it before. Just add another text. Let's put capitals here. Let's make that really bold. Been there. I've been there. Now we're gonna go ahead and look up the font type that I selected initially when creating this. Boom. That looks really cool. What I want to do is I want to adjust the size of this using the S Pen again to actually modify the size of this, and I want to put it dead in the center here. I want to try to center out everything as well as possible to match the fact that I am in the center. So everything's predicated on my position in the center of the image. Now what I want to do is, you'll see styles, fill, background, border. I'm going to utilize the border. I'm going to increase the diameter of the border to about 60. And I know that the font's going to be red, so I want the border to be white to reflect the way I did it initially. So let's see if I can get this right. If not, I got to go back and try to re-edit it. Boom. There it is. I've been there. White border with the red inside. It pops. Looks good. It almost pops out in the circumference shape with the way the lens distorted the image. I've been there. There's no need for us to put any parental advisory signs on that because this song is profanity free. So that's another cool aspect I don't have to worry about at this time. I'm going to go back to my original cover and I'm going to see as a reference how I made it different. So there's one other aspect it seems that I'm missing here, and that is the name of the movement. That movement being Shy-lingual. It's supposed to be like bilingual but still represent Chicago, Chicago-lingual. The lingual obviously is the wordplay and the lyricism that we have, the way we use our lingo in the way we write our material. Boom, Shy-lingual, as it appears on Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and pop this down to the base. I'll also change the font type to the one that I utilized for the titles of the artist and producer. So let's identify that one. Here we are. Select that. I don't want it to be that large. I do want it to be present. I'm going to slide that down. We'll center that out. Shylingual. Wonderful. Shylingual. Let's accept that. That looks like it came out well. Everything's popping well. Let us solidify this image. Retitle the file so that we know exactly where it's at. As a JPEG or PNG file. In this case, I'm going to do JPEG. I'm going to save that as so. There's one other thing that I want to do, so I'm going to transfer over to another application. So try retouch. What I want to do is I want to do object removal on retouch. Here I want to retouch. The Samsung S Pen got in the way when making that portion of it. So what I did is I highlighted the S Pen silhouette. That's an image. It's basically translucent. You can barely tell, but I noticed it. So I'm going to press go, highlight it, press go. Boom. It now disappears. However, I don't like the way the graffiti looks. It doesn't look like it matches, so we'll do a back step. I'll try to be a little more careful. Adjust my pen size to really small so that it's really specific about what it chooses to erase. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to trace along here. Object removal, I almost forgot. Trace along here. Specifically that white line and the S Pen. That's a lot more acceptable. And only you guys know that now. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and render this out. We're going to export to gallery. Let's see what my settings can be. TIFF, PNG, small, original, maximum. Let's go to maximum JPEG quality. And we'll save that settings for future reference. 1440 by 1440 export setting. Fantastic. Let's do that again. Boom. So now we should have it in our gallery. Here we have the Shylingual. We have two versions. One that was saved in 720 and one in 1440. This is the one that we're going to shoot over. Now to the email. Now guys, I understand it's a pretty extensive process. These are the obstacles you have to learn to overcome, because if you don't have a certain tool that you don't need on one device and you have to transfer over to another device, or maybe the content is in another device that you have to get to, you have to understand how to use multiple devices. And this is how I'm utilizing my creativity. Not everything's coming out of a Mac or a PC or an iPad or my mobile device such as the Note 8. These are things that are made up of all of these aspects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to email it to myself so that I can pull it up on my computer. All right, so we'll send that over. Now you have it. That's the creative process to actually doing the cover for I've Been There. Hopefully you guys enjoy the music.